Good morning. It's Tuesday, November 8th. TF has been up this morning, had a retracement, a pullback, double top. Market will open in a few minutes. We'll come back then. The market should open in a few minutes. Looking at our MACDs, it looks like we could be rolling over for a short. Here we go. That signal that you heard is a tick chart that I've added. I've dropped my volume chart. Okay, we'll look for a setup and take a pause. See a lot of divergence right now between the 144, which is relatively sideways, and the BBs, which are going down at a pretty fair slope. Same thing with the other short-term charts. So we could have a short coming here. We don't really have an area to play off of. Seems to be still upward pressure on pricing, so it doesn't feel like a good trade. I've marked an area up here, right here, 75, 752.8 or 9. That could be a bounce point. There's a pivot some days ago there, and also that's a 23 fib marker. Okay, now we're getting some down action. Didn't really see a bar setup for that. Kind of missed my volume chart to see if volumes are meaningful. How many charts do you need? How many indicators? Okay, so we closed below this 23 fib, going up. Could have a little reverse mid-band push here. I like this bounce on the 233. Looks like we are starting to curl around, so I think it's time for a short.
Order filled.
Okay. There we go, making a little headway. Okay. Still showing strong down on 377. Coming to resistance on 610, now breaking through. Still showing strong down. Okay, taking our small target. Let's see what that so we took a 3-tick profit. That's better than a stick in the eye. Now I'll watch for our next opportunity. Take a break. Okay, we've continued to move lower. We'll place a trend line here. Maybe. That's not a trend line. Okay, we seem to have recognized the 38 fib and bounced off that. Our medium-sized charts are indicating more down. I like the bounce on the 377, although that could be coming around underneath. Got a pretty strong V on the 233. Now we're coming up to mid-band Keltner. Could be a reverse. Could be a mid-band push. Got a little divergence here. Got kind of a strange foot on 1597. This thing could come down. We got a weak V on top though. Weak V on 987 also. We're inside the rail on 610, so we don't have a real strong down. Got a pretty fair head and shoulders baby bar on that mid-band push here. We had very little divergence, but we had some. Just not a lot of expectations on that trade. Probably might not even have taken it without a 2.5 point possibility. Now it looks like we got a mid-band push going here. Either that or we might be stuck in a channel because we got some weakness on the line here. 610 coming to resistance 987, coming to resistance 1597. A lot of separation on 4181. 10K still going up. Only got 3 ticks on that first trade, but somehow that's important to me to have profitability in the first trade. Could be in a channel here. Could have another mid-band push. Got a little bit of diversion. probably not enough to get excited about. Keltner, or rather our away Bollinger Bands are pretty uncertain here. Here we're saying a little up, sideways, down, little up, way up, way up. So we try to put those together. I guess we're saying up, down, up, down, up. Let's make a note of that. At 8:44 we said up, down, up. Okay, so we're taking up, we're going up. The down probably be at this 11 fib right here. Here we got maybe a head and shoulders forming. I don't know, we got pretty weak buying pressure right now. Not a lot of trades being placed. There's your head and shoulders. But I don't trust it with this this volume. 233 is up but very weak on the line. Looks like 377 could go down for a foot. Got kind of a bear flag on 610. Coming down gently, 987. Mixed up on 4181 going sideways. Still a lot of separation on the big charts, but with this low volume, I'm not sure that that's very meaningful. Okay, we don't have to place any trades. It's not a requirement. So let's take a pause. We'll set up a volume chart. Okay, we're back and we got a volume chart. We're showing just barely viable volumes at 370, 400, 250, 300. That's pretty light, but that's doable. Move that thing over a bit so you can see it better. Okay, our volume jumped up on short basis, but I think in general we're still kind of moving up here. We're not to an area where we want to place a trade. It's kind of poking along. Not every day is going to be volatile like we've seen in recent history. All eyes are still on Europe. There's a lot of fear that the monetary union there, the currency side of it, the euros, could go out of fashion. Of course, England never did join, and still uses the pound. Maybe they were wise. Yeah, we're pretty much hugging the line here. Of course, if there's no volatility, then there's no opportunities to trade and earn money. On the other side of that, I'll bet there's some people making some good money now, and I just would like to join that group. We'll take a pause while we do a little analysis and look for a opportunity. I think this is one of those times when you'd like to be an advanced trader who watches multiple instruments. I've heard from a number of professionals that usually there's action someplace in the markets, and if you are able to watch more than one instrument, especially if you're getting up to 4, 5, and 6 or more, you're going to find some action someplace. Of course, that takes a lot of skill, I assume. I'll want to be there, but probably not today. Seem to have a channel that's formed here. Look at that MACD. It's kind of laying there like a snake right now. Okay, this 377 foot could be forming. Did have a not really a breakout because we reached that level before. Our volumes are now down around 200. That's pretty low. I think we've got the same thing on ES. Looks like their volumes are under 1,000. More around 750, which is pretty low for them. Okay, we got a little move up here, a breakout. That's kind of nice to see some action. This foot on 377 looks pretty sweet. Wouldn't want to get in this late with this little volatility. Came up to the deeps here on this small reversal, and looks like we're getting a triple top. We've got some separation on the 233. Still like up with this 377 foot. Now that the toe is pretty shallow, so might not go up far. 610's underneath, but looks like he wants to go sideways. Top Bollinger pointing down, so could have a short opportunity with this quad top here. A lot of buying pressure though, so I don't think that's a good trade. We're probably going to pop through here, and there we go. Nice to have your predictions right, even if they're not exactly soothsaying. Hey, let's see how that prediction went at 844. That's back here, where we said up, down, up. Alright, we were here, we went up, we went down, we went up. So hey, how about that? I think these MACD, Bollinger Band, MACD, BB line, are a little better than a lot of people think. Okay, come to the top of the Keltner. Looks like a 2-bar reversal potentially. But we still have a lot of strong up pressure, uh, upwards of 500 contracts a minute. We're heading higher. So what are our soothsaying MACD BB lines saying now? Well, the big charts are saying still up, although the 10K has come to a upper Bollinger Band resistance maybe. Still have a long way to get to this point. That'd be a nice potential reversal up there. It's nice to see stock prices going higher. Okay, we have a triple top here at 752. That could be a good spot to take a short. Probably look for a pullback first though. Yeah, there's a 2-bar reversal right there, kind of a head and shoulders. But still looks like more up. Still got some good upward pressure. 700 contracts, and we're well into the green. So I think we're doing a little pullback here and we'll be going up further. Alright, we're getting the pullback. Could be a reversal, but I have my doubts. Volume has dropped off. Enthusiasm on that move is over. Volumes are way down. Alright, it's probably about time for our pullback to be over and to head up. Short charts look like they could easily head up. We had a little bulge on the 144 BBs, but had a real weak V down. Got a cloudy day outside in Houston. Let's take a little break till we see a set. Okay, I set up a little fib on this most recent pivot, and we're bouncing between the 38 and 23. Be nice to come down to the 50 maybe and do a reverse. That's the blue line on my chart. And then go up to this point here, 752.8 for a reversal. That'd be pretty sweet. So here we're coming down to the 50. We've tapped or underneath the 50. Up, we're going down. We are going down. That's a bit of a surprise. Now we're hitting the deep retracement on this. And it's sweet how we tapped that 76. Did a reversal. It confirms that there is a system that's being followed in the market. You're not just flipping a coin when you're doing technicals. Okay, we didn't have an opportunity for a mid-band push here. BBs came through, but we could have a reverse mid-band push. Here we've got a head and shoulders. But still a lot of down pressure on price. The volume did jump up to 800 per minute. Bounced again off that 76 fib. Showing pretty strong down on the charts. So it turns out that that 2-bar reversal up there was pretty sweet after all. This head and shoulders did not work out. Big charts are still showing up. Medium short-term charts showing down. We're at deep retracement on this most recent pivot fib setup. On the bigger charts, we're just kind of banging around. Here's a 1597. It's showing us tapping this 11 fib, so could gonna bounce off that. See a 3-bar reversal. Now right here, kind of setting up. But look at our strong down on short-term charts. I think we want to tempt fate with that. Although it is an area. It is an area. Now we're getting kind of a bounce effect. That means more down to me. And now we're getting come through that fib area. Let's try this one. Okay, we're still strong down. Missed that run. When you miss a run, always know there's more fun coming up. Okay, we got separation on the 144 BBs. Got separation all the way now. Everything's poised for a turnaround, BB wise. Still strong volume down. We'll come to a double bottom. Oh, those can be lucrative, but not in this case. Alright, we're making some submarine dive here. Wow. Alright, we're tapping on a major fib. I'm going to get rid of this for a moment. Not doing us any good. Here's our 50. See if it wants to serve as support. Okay, we may come back down and test the 50. Alright, the cattle boss is saying, come on herd, let's go up. Got a strong V on 233. Makes it look tempting. Yeehaw! Whip that whip. Snap that whip. Everybody, let's go on the cattle ride here. Yeah, it looks like the cattle ride was the thing to do, maybe. you never know. Got past the 38. There's a strong bar reversal. See if that brings us back down. Got a bounce pattern, looks like on 610, more down. Alright, here we come down. Test this 50 again. Could be a buy opportunity. Don't think so. Got a real nice bounce pattern on 610. We've got a weak V down on 4181. Okay. That foot is forming on 233. We've got a lot of separation on 144. Could be up for a mid-band push here. Guess not. BBs are up to the center line at the same time that the price is up to the center line on Keltner, so we got a no mid-band push indicator. Mid-band of that Keltner is being respected. I'm looking for more down, especially on that 987. Looks like a bounce down. So I think we're not at a area. Otherwise, we would definitely take a trade here. It's a pretty sweet line right there. Resistance. Coming to 10 minutes remaining on trading. Let's take a pause. We just had a very strong 2-bar reversal that looked tempting, especially with that 987 formation. Still looks tempting. I'm reminded of a note that many of the reversals are, are short of the point where you would expect them, as in this 2 bar here that would turn out to be a fine run. We just did not make it to the double top. I think we've been seeing a lot of these recently, so it's best to think of these fib lines as areas these days, as we would think of a center line on a MACD. So let's try to keep that in mind. Looks like we got another channel forming here. It's over 2.5 points, so it's not a real narrow channel. You could play ping pong in there and maybe make some money, but that's not my trading style yet. Could have a little foot here on 144 forming. Maybe not. Got nice separation on 233. Inside the rail coming up. Could be hitting resistance here on 377. 610's not sure what he wants to do. With these BBs on the band, he might be going down. Now it looks like he might be forming a foot. Here's that setup that I like. That says we're going further in that same direction. Getting separation, maybe coming underneath here. We have a V formation above on 4181, but the V was very weak coming up to resistance here, so could have a nice short coming up here. We got a bulge overhead, nice foot there. It's probably time to go for a short. What do you say? Be nice to have a bar set up. Didn't really have one there that I saw. Here's a 3-bar slide.
Order pending.
Okay, we're in for a short.
Order filled. Target filled.
Alright, so we took a small gain there. I just don't feel comfortable with this environment. And I might be influenced by a trader, a professional trader I watched on a video yesterday. So we picked up 7 ticks. Let's see how we're doing for the day. Okay, so we're up to 10 ticks. 7 plus 3, 10 ticks minus our $8 commission. That's a point. So yeah, I scalped it. I want to watch out for that because, you know, our indicators were still saying down. Especially this 987 was appealing as a further down for me. Could have gotten another, let's see, 43.6, 42.6. Could have gotten another point out of that at least before we started our sideways action here. But I gotta live with my instincts right now. My My overarching goal is to produce some profits every day. And here we kind of missed this a bit maybe. Came down and tapped this 23 fib on this bigger chart, although that's not really an area to trade for me, but you know, in this kind of market when you're moving slow, you might want to make a stretch for something like that. Okay, my day's over. It's 9:27. I made a point. I'm actually happy. One more day on the plus side of things, and we shall see you tomorrow.